I was thinking. Hey guys, welcome back to the Foundry. It's Brian and Brian.
Hello,
Um,
hello.
you can, as you guys can see, I'm in a different environment. I'm actually doing an install of a studio, and I'm testing out the equipment. So this is kind of a dual purpose here. As you can see, we do want you to join the Foundry School community. You'll see the link for that in your description or in the comments. If you want to get in and learn marketing from two marketing experts with 40 plus years combined of experience and hop on in. This is how we're doing our consulting moving forward. And as it stands right now, I'm the message. So I teach you guys what to say and how to say it. And Brian is the machine. He tells you how to put the machine together and make it run on the back end. So we're really excited, and we want you guys to jump into the Foundry because that's going to be where you're going to see some of our best work.
100%.
This week, this week, we're going to talk about shoot with what you got, and not letting gear be your excuse, and avoid gear acquisition syndrome at all cost. As a camera nerd, it's really easy to fall down the rabbit hole of shiny objects and stuff like that. And most of you are not making content because you can't. You're making content because you think you need better gear. Realistically, you need a smartphone. Right now, I'm shooting on a webcam. We're both shooting in this on webcams.
Yep.
So, there we go. All right. So let's go ahead and get started, Ryan. So why do people think that they need, what's the hang up? What is the limiting belief around gear, Brian?
They think they need the best gear in order to get started. It's really comes down to, and I know we talk a lot about the mental game on this show, but it really comes down to you're justifying a reason to not do something.
Right.
I'm not immune to this. Recently, I am trying to get my content moving, and I'm shooting video and stuff, and then I go to edit it, and I think, oh, it didn't look good, and I'm doing these live streams with Brian here, and I'm like, I need a new microphone, and all these things that they're these limiting beliefs that everybody talks about. That's one of them. It's just a justification, some weird mental jujitsu you're playing with yourself that is a reason to not go do what you need to get done.
Right.
So, that's kind of the problem. They don't want to actually, they're not ready mentally to get on camera, so they find the justification and, oh, I need this, I need that, when the reality is we all have a smartphone at this point.
Yeah. There's always going to be guys, there's always going to be a reason why you can't shoot. There's always going to be, there's always going to be better gear available. You're always going to be able to find, a better this or a better that. But realistically, the real thing is you need to start shooting. You're trying to optimize for things you never experienced. And so that's the challenge. Let me jump back in here. So how many of you said, once I get a better camera, I'll start? Like, how many people have said that? How many times has that been your narrative? How many times has that been your story?
Yeah.
Once I get a better camera, I'll get started.
Yeah.
You'll never have the camera that you want. You're never going to be fully happy with the output that you're getting. And the reason why is pretty simple, because you haven't experimented enough. You haven't played around with the entire process of recording enough to even know what looks good and what doesn't.
Right.
Like that, and that's a challenge.
Yeah, 100%. And that's the trap everybody keeps falling into, right? They think, and I'm not excluding myself to this whole episode, just so we're clear here. People think camera equals quality and quality equals success, right? When the reality is that it's your message, the consistency of uploading, being clear, and then quality. And I think I've heard probably 1,000 people that do this for a living say what matters the most is not even your camera. It's like how your audio sounds more than anything, right?
Audio is the most important factor.
100%. Like if you got the best, cleanest thing, but you sound like you're, talking into a potato, it ain't gonna work. So, yeah, I think I'm running into that a little bit right now. Just to be vulnerable here for a minute, I'm trying to produce some sort of a specific piece of content on a regular basis. I want it to be
Mhm.
certain quality, and I'm using my marketing brain too here. So I'm trying. I have reasons for trying to do that, so it's not just me being lazy or wanting to not do it. But I have to keep pulling myself out of like, okay, you just need to keep editing, finish the video, get it out, and not keep worrying about how I want it to look a specific way. I'm not Steven Spielberg. I'm,
Mhm.
you know, Peter McKinnon, Casey Neistat. I'm not those guys, but I can get there. And the best way, and Brian can kind of take it from here, but like the best way is to get the reps in. That's how you're going to
Yeah.
get. That's how the quality is going to. It's not going to be good. Every YouTuber or every content creator out there is going to tell you, go look at my first videos and how garbage they are.
Right. And the reality is there are people that are making tons of money using their iPhone. Like they never graduated from their iPhone. And there are people that have these $5,000 brand new bells and whistles Sony cameras, or Canons or whatever, and they're not doing anything with it. They sprinted out to buy all this stuff, and they're not doing anything with it. And even in the videography world, there are people there are videographers that are clearing a lot of money with cameras that are 10, 15 years old, just because they know how to use them correctly. And the only time they ever upgrade is when they can upgrade their entire kit, all their cameras at the same time. And then they hold on to them for a long time at that level. They don't always buy new ones every time something new drops, because right now we're at a position where there's a diminishing return on this stuff, right?
100%.
The technology is so advanced that it can't progress much further than it already is. In terms of where it's an appreciable difference between, you know, a camera that's 5 years old and a camera that just came out today.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might see pictures and you might see a little bit better color science and stuff like that, but your audience is not paying attention to that.
No, and they can't even use some of those things, right? Like there's not a piece of content on YouTube that on a even semi-regular basis is being viewed in 6K or 8K or whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh no.
You know what I mean?
Oh, oh no.
Anything
I don't
live
even
streamed is
like
1080p. You can't even. We're on StreamYard, and I don't even know
yeah.
if they allow 4K unless it's like they're super high end.
It's their high end, and a lot of times, people pay up for it, but a 4K workflow is a nightmare.
It
I'm
is.
just telling you from experience of doing video work. For most people just starting out, if you're not a professional videographer, 4K is a nightmare. The file sizes are massive. Any computer that is a little bit old is going to choke on those files, and it doesn't matter how powerful that old computer is. The way that the codecs are laid up or whatever, it's going to struggle with those files. And editing's a headache and nightmare. And then once you get up to 6K and 8K, I think an 8K camera, you actually need a CF Express card with some Sonys.
Mhm.
You can't even shoot an 8K on a regular micro SD card. And those CF Express cards, the CF Express card A is like $1,000.
Yeah, it's wild.
And you don't get that much storage space on it. You're talking about a memory card that is $1,000. You don't need that camera.
No.
You don't need,
And then like
you don't need the load of this.
I can't. What's his name? He's a fitness kind of a bodybuilder guy. Sam Solik. You know that guy? You ever heard of
Yeah.
him? He
Yep.
went from nobody to one of the top YouTubers, not fitness influencers, YouTubers
Hmm.
on the planet. And one, with a cell phone. Two,
Yep.
that guy didn't do anything but talk to you in his car.
Yeah.
That's it. And he showed himself lifting at the gym.
Yep.
Low budget
That's what
as it gets, and he millions of subscribers.
And it's the lo-fi approach, because I keep going back to this and people don't understand when I say this. Nobody wants to see your commercial.
Right.
They want to see stuff that looks like you shot it yourself, with the materials you had available. They don't want the red camera. They don't want, the expensive thing. I know Nikon, was it Nikon that acquired Red actually? And so now they're integrating the Red technology into their cinema line and stuff. That's really cool, and that's awesome. You're not shooting the next Star Wars movie.
Right.
You're not shooting the next Marvel movie. You do not need an 8K workflow. I even saw one video where the dude was telling you how to shoot IMAX on your camera setup.
Right.
You don't need that.
No.
And your average person doesn't need that. And prosumer cameras are now up to 8K now. The odds of using an 8K workflow, first of all, that camera is gonna, like, you got about 15, 20 minutes for that thing overheats.
Yeah.
Second of all, you got about maybe 30 minutes before that memory card is completely full.
Yeah.
That $1,000 memory card is completely full.
Yeah.
And
good
now
luck.
you have to find your other $1,000 memory card and slap it in there to continue on with it. There's so many barriers and hurdles with this tech obsession with recording content, and it's an excuse. So,
so let's
what's
get
an
it right.
excuse you've used before?
Well, I use the excuse I want things to look a certain way when the finished product, and I got to realize that I can actually do that with minimal gear. I always need to repeat that to myself. But let's kind of get into like what it is they do need. So we already said, like, the camera, right? You got it in your pocket. Especially
Perfect
new
camera right here.
iPhone 16, iPhone 17, or some of the new the latest Samsung phones. Ridiculous. They shoot RAW. You can shoot in RAW video if you want. I would highly recommend. See, everybody, there's lots of things, but if you want, it's a preference, mind you, but like you can shoot at 24 frames a second and get it's my favorite look because it has that kind of cinema quality to it. Because that's what cinema and movies are shot at, or 24 frames. But then you can get it. Oh, I was just going to go in, and you should go into this, but like, so the camera's in your pocket. I would use that. Start with that, and then audio's next.
Audio's next. So you mentioned, I want to talk about frames per second. So Brian mentioned 24 frames per second. 24 frames per second is pretty much the standard across the movie industry, and has been for a long, long time. It's the thing that looks most natural to your eyes when you're watching something on the big screen,
100%.
because you guys have watched something in 24 frames per second. 30 frames per second is typically social media world. And that's what you see. Most of the stuff on social media is shot in 30 frames per second. So it's either 24 or 30. 60 frames per second is more athletics, is more sports stuff or fast moving stuff. If you've ever watched, and I've seen, I think it was Gemini Man, that Will Smith movie, where he had 24 frames per second one and a 60 frames per second version. And the 60 frames per second version of that movie looked ridiculous.
That's when everybody was like, it wasn't just that. That was when they kept doing, like, TV shows started doing 60 frames with their 4K, and everything looked weird. And it just don't look right.
There's no motion blur. It looks too real.
Right.
Like, it looks like almost camcorder-y, where somebody's outside with a great camcorder and recording the thing. And so all these bells and whistles are great. And then, a lot of these cameras now are going up 4K 120p, and that's super slow motion. You don't need that. 24 frames or 30 frames per second with your camera is great. A decent mic. Right now I'm using the DJI Mic Mini since I'm out in the field. It's a pretty decent little mic, and you can get them for less. I think you can get one and a receiver for less than $100.
Yeah. And I would highly recommend this one I'm using. I've done all the research for you guys. I've worked with the $500 mics before, using audio interfaces and all this stuff. This thing is a USB mic. If you want it to be, it can also be the, where you plug it in XLR, but you plug it in. It's 48 or $50 on Amazon on the regular. And it is competing with some of the $400 or $500 cameras out there. I just got this one after doing some research and kind of replacing, like $150 mic I was using, and I love the sound of this thing. It sounds much better than what I was using before, and it's super cheap. I mean, $40, $50 for a mic, and we can even go cheaper. You can go cheaper if you want. You could put
Yep.
earbuds in with a microphone on it and use that.
Oh
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
There's
So
so many different ways. The kit I'm talking about, this DJI Mic Mini, it's like you can get it now for $79. 2 mics and a receiver and a recharging case that you plug in and it recharges everything. Beautiful piece of gear, beautiful piece of kit, and it absolutely will amplify your video without having to amplify your video, without having to spend a ton on cameras.
100%. And
You
like those really do well, Brian, with like if you're shooting on your phone and you want to like be far away, like if
yeah,
you're shooting outside or something like that, you can be 50, 60, 100 feet away and still getting crystal clear audio, for $79. Come on.
right. Like you can't beat that. And I think people, like I said, and you mentioned it earlier, and it's a true, and people don't understand when we say this. Audio means more than anything else to your video. That is
Mhm.
the single most important point of failure with your video. If your audio is bad, people will not watch it. They will watch a low res, low fi video that's shot in your car on your phone and shaky. But if the audio is screwed up, they're not going to watch it because more times than not, people don't watch videos on YouTube or social media as much as they listen to them.
Yeah, it's wild.
And so that's what it is. And then the upgrades you can do is, you know, lights and all the other stuff. All right. And so you need a decent camera, you need good audio. A $20 lav mic that just plugs into your phone is amazing.
Mhm.
Wired earbuds are amazing. Lighting, face a window, you're done. Like you don't have to do anything else.
Right.
Right now, I'm in an office with no windows, and so I have a little panel light in front of me. You know, it's not my typical lighting setup, but it works for what we need.
Yeah.
And that's really enough to get going. We focus on the audio. Don't make this harder than it needs to be. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
And then
let's
and then
talk
you run in.
stability.
Yeah. So you have like I have this camera on a little tiny tripod in front of me. But there's no reason that I couldn't have this on a stack of books.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For free. Or the kids' goldfish box. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Doesn't matter. You just need it to be steady, a cheap tripod, stack books, whatever. And then, depending on what you're shooting, hold the thing. Just hold it in front of you.
Yeah.
You know?
Hold it. Put on a stabilization mode, and you're golden.
Yes. And then, I mean, what we're talking here is like with stuff you already have, because we didn't even talk about if you're in a quiet place, you can just use the phone for everything. It'll pick up audio good. It'll be clear. It'll be good. You can get 80, 90% of the way done for qualities for $0.
Yep.
Right. Or you can step up and spend 50 to $100 and have, that next level. But you don't need much. It's all you really need.
Yeah. You don't need all of this extra stuff. And I think for whatever reason, and it's a little bit off topic here, but I do want to talk about it. A lot of y'all are being marketed to on YouTube. Like, they're
Mhm.
marketing stuff to you guys. And so that gear guy you follow, I have my favorite gear guys. I love MKBHD.
Oh yeah.
Everybody started out with Linus Tech Tips. And then there's, depending on what camera system you're in, if you're in Sony, there's certain influencers you listen to. If you're in Canon, there's certain influencers you listen to. If you have a raw workflow, where you shoot all of your stuff raw, uncompressed video, there are specific influencers you listen to for there. But every single one of them, and I'm not saying they're getting paid by the camera companies.
Right.
A lot of them aren't. What they're getting paid from is your views.
100%.
And the equipment you buy from that they can put an affiliate link into and you click on.
Yeah.
And so they get these cameras and then they'll hype them up and talk to you about all the features and how everything, but they won't tell you about what the limitations are until later on.
Yeah. MKBHD, I love that guy. I hate him too because I want his life.
Yeah.
But
I want a $120,000 studio camera. I would love that.
Yeah. He's got everything.
The Linus Tech Tips. I want the server. Like, so have you seen his server? Like the server rack that he uses?
It's ridiculous.
you know, but you guys don't need all of that stuff. And I think when you start looking for camera stuff on YouTube, that's the path, that's the trap you fall into really, really fast.
Yeah.
Because
So
cameras come out every 6 months.
yeah. And then so that's we've kind of run through. So you use your phone. Start there.
Yeah.
That's it. I
Yeah.
mean, in game right there, you know. But then we get into the actual real problem, right? And we touched on this a little bit, and this is where it gets deeper, and we stop
Right.
talking about gear, and it's not the gear. It really isn't. It's
Mm-mm.
exposure. It's people are uncomfortable with being seen, right?
Yeah.
And then you can talk about this, that perfection paralysis type
Oh yeah.
of issue, you know?
Throw your arms around the fact that your first videos are going to suck. And a lot of times people don't want to be in public with their video sucking, but that's the only way it gets better is you drop a video you're not happy with, you find one thing to improve in that video, and you improve that one thing for the next video. And
Mhm.
then you keep going. And then by the time you get to like video 20 or 30, you've improved 30 or 40 different things within your video. What happens is somebody will record a video, and then instantly they'll see all about 40 things they don't like, and they try to fix all 40 things at the same time. And then they end up with another video that they don't like, and they don't know how to fix it because they've changed so many things.
Yeah.
That's the workflow I use in the media room in my school community. I use that workflow. You shoot the video, you review it, you find one thing that you can improve, and you improve that one thing for your next video.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't have
It
you edit or anything.
perfection paralysis is real though. Like it
Yeah.
is real because and I'll tell you this because I put out a series of videos over Black Friday last
Mhm.
year before Christmas. I don't know, 8, 12 videos, something like that. They were real quick shorts. And
Mhm.
I didn't like any of them. But
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how many people told me they saw them. They thought it was the greatest thing they've ever seen from me. Anyway, these are friends and family, but they're like, those were so good.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking in my head, like, no, but that's how bad it can get, right? That's how bad perfection paralysis can get. So you need to have a conversation with yourself, right?
Mhm.
Figure out what's actually stopping you. It's not the gear. We've been over that. Is it
Yeah.
fear of judgment? Not knowing what to say? That's a big one for me. I'm good on camera. I don't mind. I'm not nervous now. I don't feel awkward on camera, anything like that. My biggest thing is when I'm doing the videos I want to do, I want to be able to stare into the camera, right?
Mhm.
And speak. And I'm not the best at doing, a 5, 6, 7, 8 minute video, talking into the camera.
Oh
It takes,
yeah.
pardon me, I need to speak in cadences and beats and stuff. So I'm trying to figure out my flow in order to do that and make it look good.
What's amazing is like the editing softwares have amazing features in them called eye contact, and that's a quick hack that you can do. Riverside's eye contact thing is jarring to see yourself staring at yourself,
Right.
but it works. Riverside has it, Descript has it. I don't know if like some of the other more advanced professional suites have it, but though I know at least those browser-based kind of editors have AI eye contact things.
Yeah.
And
See, I need to look into stuff like that. For whatever reason, I didn't. I've been trying to look into some video editing AI tools that people are talking about where they've really sped up their workflow.
yeah,
And I haven't done any AI workflow stuff in editing yet. Other than I've messed with stuff like Descript a little bit where you edit by text.
yep,
But some of the other stuff I haven't even worked with because they can like finish scenes for you and stuff
yeah,
now, where you can be like, I wish I would have caught it from, a different angle or whatever, or gone around in a circle or something. And AI
mhm,
can do that for you. It can add that 3-4 seconds of your video. It's wild. So yeah, I need to get into something like that, like the eye contact thing. Cause I try to do like a script off to the right, stare
mhm.
at the camera and then don't move and kind of move my eyes, read, go back and start moving again. It's kind of like high anxiety recording, so I don't like it.
Yeah.
But
I don't even worry about it anymore, man. I've told my audience this, where
mhm,
I'm like, guys, I'm not great at making eye contact in the camera.
mhm,
So when I'm presenting, I'm doing it the way that I normally present. Like if I'm presenting in front of a group of people, I'm looking at this person, looking at that person. My eyes are kind of going around the room and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's just how it goes. I will use the eye contact stuff if it makes it look better.
Right.
But I think again, it is one of those obsessing over the details
Yeah.
to the degree, because the person that's going to say, well, he didn't make eye contact with me, wasn't going to buy from you.
Yeah.
Like they weren't going to buy from you anyway. And I think we have to be honest about how some of these videos get received. People that are going to buy from you are going to do business with you based on the content. They're not nitpicking like that.
Yeah.
When you see, like, I know a lot of people compare themselves when they get started. They see what Mr. Beast is out there doing.
Right.
Mr. Beast has a team of 100 videographers and editors.
Yeah.
Like he has an army of these people.
And
Even
he's shooting
Hormozy has an
specific-
army of these people.
Yeah, and he's shooting specific type of video where it's like really high energy and like, you know, he's yelling at the camera almost, and that's just not the way you know, most of us are going to present ourselves online, you know.
Yeah. Well, and he also has super high end. He also has super high end cameras.
Mhm.
You know, if you can't bring in, you know, you may have a $10 or $20 or $40,000 camera with a with a $10,000 memory card and, you know, all of the other stuff.
Yeah.
And I think people get too caught up in trying to duplicate that, and you don't need to duplicate that. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. So he normally uses, his workflow has a Sony FX9 and FX6, which are both cinema cameras. They're not expensive for cinema cameras, but they are expensive for regular people.
Yeah.
GoPro cameras, some Osmo Pockets for vlogging, and Aperture lighting. Aperture is the most expensive light. They're great lights. They're very expensive.
Yeah. And
you don't need all that stuff.
Everything you're listing, he's using that all at once.
Yeah.
Typically for a shoot. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
I could trade in every single camera. I could trade in every single camera, laptop, and every piece of gear I have, and I still wouldn't be able to afford a Sony FX9.
No. Yeah.
It's just not my workflow.
No. And it shouldn't be. So we don't want that to stop any of you.
Nope.
I think two things we may not maybe get into it a little bit, but like,
yeah, we got time.
About talking, how you talk to people is good as well. Like I watched this this training the other day where he's like, talk to the camera like you're sitting across from somebody in a coffee shop and connect with people. Like the reason I don't look at the camera here and talk is because I'm having a conversation with Brian. So I'm actually looking at Brian and conversating with him, and it allows me to speak, you know, it allows me to speak like I'm having a conversation rather than some scripted BS, right?
Right.
And we have show notes and stuff that just keeps us on task. I mean, Brian can tell you right now how we stick to them, but like I would say, what 20% of it, the rest of us.
Yeah, I jump off of them all the time.
Yeah.
I riff all the time.
Yeah, so they're just to keep us so we don't get out of hand because we both have ADHD and we can do those things. So like we're doing right now.
Yeah. Like it does, like you don't have to deliver. Here's the thing you most, and this is just, we're bottom lining a lot of stuff. I'm probably skipping over a huge chunk of this. Your bottom line is this: does the video deliver the message you're trying to communicate? If it does, great. If not, then reshoot it. You know, but don't get so caught up in the aesthetics of it. You need to communicate what you're trying to convey to your audience. I've watched Scotty Kilmer kill it for almost a decade on YouTube with a phone, like he's shooting on his phone, and low production value. Yeah, low production value. He's under a hood most of the time.
Guy? Is he the old guy that kind of yells at the cameras like, "Don't buy this car"?
Yeah,
yeah,
it's crap.
He's great.
And that's really what his flow is. He's not using high-end gear.
No,
he's using either a pocket camera or a cell phone to record this stuff. He probably has one of his kids or grandkids, you know, if he be the cameraman or wife or whoever, and that's it. It's not high tech.
I don't have mine here. It must be downstairs or something. Do you have the pocket on you, close by?
Yeah, let me go. I gotta go grab it real quick. Hold on one
Okay.
sec.
I just want to. I'll riff a little bit while you do that. I
Okay.
think it's something we can show people that, if you want to like wrap everything, you got a little bit of budget or something, right? You could wrap all your video production into this little tiny set of gear. It's called a DJI Osmo Pocket 3.
Yep.
Brian has one, I have one. I think and you'll see this. I would say there is a ton of people online, even big huge name people that use this for 90% of their workflow.
Yep.
And I know we talked about not worrying about gear, but some people will not get past that. Let's just be honest with ourselves. And I will say that this piece of gear that Brian's holding up right now is for I don't know what's the creator combo with the microphone and everything, like $600.
Yeah, so $600.
And that may sound
But-
like a lot, but stay with me here. I'm saying is you could use your phone.
Mhm.
I'm saying you can reach that level of production with that setup. You could be done forever and just do all your videos on that.
Well, and we'll explain it because $600 for a dedicated camera is cheap. And
Yes.
that's the problem when you guys start getting into the camera game. That's why we keep telling you, shoot on your phone, shoot with what you got. Yes, you can get used cameras, and used cameras are amazing. They're a godsend. You can get a camera that's lightly used or heavily used at a pretty decent little discount and have a good piece of equipment. But once you start playing the camera game, $600 is what's considered cheap for a camera, for a dedicated camera. Even if you're playing the webcam camera game, for a good quality webcam, you're going to be paying over $100 for it. And that's cheap. That's considered cheap. As you start playing the camera game, an expensive camera, like for somebody who's doing this professionally, expensive is starting at $5,000-$6,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you're starting. You're moving a little bit. You're still in that entry level stage, but it's starting to get a little bit pricey. There are people out there that when Sony drops a new cinema camera, they're trying to finance it for $60,000.
Yeah, which is crazy to me.
It's crazy, but we're talking about $1 million movies and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
I keep telling people when you play the camera game, you got to look at it like this. So you can get like a Sony, what is it, a FX3 or whatever, or A7S3.
Mhm.
You can get one of those for like $3,500 brand new, right? That is considered a disposable camera on a film set.
Right.
That's a camera that can get destroyed, it can get lost, can get left. That is considered disposable. I don't know about you, but $3,500 is not disposable to me.
No.
And I think people get too caught up in the camera game where they feel like they have to have best and brightest. Like I said, the DJI Creator combo is about $600. Gives you mics, gives you a camera, gives you a camera that can double as a professional camera, gives you everything you need to get started for $600. And if you're gonna play the camera game, that's the price point that you're gonna try to be entering at.
Yeah, 100%.
Don't play the camera game. Use your phone until you don't use your phone. Buy a cheap GoPro. Oh, my phone has too many videos on it and I'm out of storage. Then buy a used iPhone and use that as your dedicated camera. Like there's so many different ways to get around that.
And I'll tell you guys this: there's very few things out there in the used world that like are good markets. Like camera equipment, audio equipment, and musical equipment are typically fantastic used because people that buy that stuff take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
Generally speaking, it's just whatever for those three kind of hobbies or industries, people take care of the equipment. So used equipment is, I would start there, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where they make money. I mean, like, these gear, the reason why they take care of it is because this gear makes them money. And so they're going to take care of it. But like sites like KEH.com is my favorite. They have a lot of used camera equipment that is refurbished. B&H has pretty good stuff. Adorama has good stuff. Like there's plenty of places where you can go online and get high quality used equipment. You're paying a little bit of a premium in the used market, but it saves you from doing the eBay thing where you don't paid, oh, this camera looked like a great deal. Well, it's missing a sensor, or
Right. Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
some piece of it that's been stripped out of it that you need. So, but don't play the camera game. Start with your phone, guys. That's
Yeah.
that's the bottom line.
And I think that's where we can kind of land here today is like just start, right?
Yeah,
Pick one
get
topic
started.
about your business or your life or whatever you're trying to do online, you know. Pick one topic. Hit record
Mhm,
on your phone. Set it on a stack of books. Talk like you're explaining it to one person, a friend, in a coffee shop. Keep it under
mhm.
60 seconds and post it. Start there.
Yeah, start there. I'll give you, matter of fact, let me give you the assignment that I gave in my community last week, and it falls in line with that. The just start. It's building your first content library, right?
Right.
Um, it's your 15 you get 15 topics, your first 15 videos. Okay. And so it's 5 questions your clients ask before they hire you, 5 mistakes people make in your industry, 5 things you wish you knew before 5 things you wish your clients knew before they came to you.
Right.
If you do those, that's a video. Like, you could have 15 video topics if you just answer those questions.
Yeah. And let's get into some realities that really might help people a little bit that they don't really understand. Is like, first off, you're going to put this on YouTube, you put it on wherever, no
Mhm.
one's waiting for your content.
Oh
And you will
no.
have 0 views for a very long time.
Mhm.
Um that is just that's the reality. So the whole thing of like being scared or being awkward and people making fun of you or saying stuff to you, that happens when you get more famous or famous,
Yeah.
more noticed, you know? And that, I'll tell you this. So I was telling somebody the other day, when you start getting trolls, you know you've made it.
Yeah. That's real.
That's as real as I can be with you, because until you have your first troll comment that really bugs you, you nobody's watching. So don't be afraid to post it. And I don't want to say that
You're
as a marketing person, that sounds kind of the antithesis of what I should tell you, because I'm telling everybody do video so you can get more, market your business.
Mhm.
People will see it because you're gonna, that's where the systems and stuff come in, and you distribute it places where people will get eyeballs on it. But like, just getting started putting videos on YouTube, just do it. There ain't nobody watching,
Yeah.
you know.
Your nightmare, like the nightmare scenario for me as a like, as somebody who teaches people this stuff, like I teach people how to get on camera and record. Right now, I'm installing a studio. That's what I'm doing. Like right now, my daughter's helping me put in some stuff. My son's going to be helping me put some stuff together for a client. Your nightmare situation is your first video goes viral. You don't want to go viral. You rather people not see your first video.
Yeah.
You rather people not see your first 20 videos than go viral. Because what happens is if you go viral your first video, instantly you're going to be chasing that dragon for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And you don't know the conditions, you don't know what happened. We don't know what planets aligned to make that viral video work. You don't know what sequence it is, you don't know what search terms brought people to you. You have no framework or no knowledge underpinning why you went viral, and you get no information out of it.
Right.
And you're going to be chasing that forever. You're going to be trying to duplicate that forever. I've seen YouTubers have one hit video and constantly try to recreate that hit video.
Yeah.
And it's diminishing returns every single time.
100%. So yeah, I think, and most people, including myself, they're not prepared for going viral.
Mm-mm.
Like, it's not something you're set up to do, right? Like, you don't have, like Brian said, you don't have the knowledge, or like, even if I was to go, okay, I get 1 million people watching this video, what does that mean for me or my business? Did I have a plan in place to set up for virality? No, because
Mhm.
it's highly unlikely.
Right.
Um, so don't worry about that either.
Right. Virality is great. Like, it's great for people that are set up to go viral. It's also great for influence. Like, if you are a content creator, or your business is your content for the most part, and
Right.
that's all you do, and you get paid from it. Virality is wonderful and fantastic and amazing. But if
Yeah.
you are like a plumber just showing people how to get in the trade of plumbing, a viral video is not going to do anything for you, or it's going to bring you the wrong kind of traffic, and your video is never going to land with the audience that you intend for it
Yeah.
to land. Um, or you're not going to get the reps in to know how to be better, how to get better, because you're going to constantly be trying to chase the viral video, and there's no secrets in there. There's nothing in there for you in there, because people post videos. There's a lot of people that post their first video and it gets 1 million views. They don't know why it happened. We don't know why it happened. It just happened.
Mm-hmm.
There's no data in there. So you don't need it. You need a video that connects with the audience that you want to find. And
Yeah.
that's it.
And the next thing, and I may have spoke this, I don't know if it was on this live stream or a different one, or last week or a week before, but think of things this way. Usually this is coming from an expert pro level procrastinator.
Yep.
That I find out time and time again that the easiest way is the hard way. What do I mean by that? Doing something and just getting it done, as far as like getting a video up and shooting it and putting it on YouTube, just getting it done and going to do it is easier than waiting, belly aching about it, giving yourself the cortisol increase, stressing, all that stuff. You're making it actually harder than what you perceive the hard thing to be. You're making it harder by not doing it. Now, I'll add to that another point. Right now, your first video, getting it up there with nobody watching and allowing you to get reps in is the easiest time to start.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's never going to be easier than doing it right now.
No. And that's the dirty secret that people don't understand.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want the burden of a huge audience. You want to be able to get the prep. Like, I know a lot of people when they first go to the gym, it's better if they have an empty gym to start working out in, so they don't have to worry about all the people standing around, even though the people aren't paying attention to you because they're dealing with their own insecurities. A lot of people get caught up in, well, everybody's going to look at me. And that's how it feels a lot of times with video. You don't want people looking at you. You can just get your practice in without having the burden of expectations of all these people watching you.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, the gym thing's a perfect analogy, because the reality is you think everybody's looking at you, but that's what everybody else thinks about themselves.
Right.
So nobody's actually watching anybody.
Yeah. More times than not, when you get a troll, what they're doing is the troll is projecting their insecurities upon you. 100%. They're projecting their insecurities and limitations on you. Yeah, I remember the guy, one of the workout guys I follow, CT Fletcher, man. CT has legendary videos. They're very profane, but they're very good. And he talks about it. He's like, they're sitting there talking about what you ain't doing and how you ain't doing it right. No, it's not supposed to do. You're not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to work out like this. And he's like, if they would have known, if they had any knowledge about what they're talking about, they would have been doing it instead of telling you about it on the internet. They would have done it themselves.
100%.
And I think that's how you got to view the critics of it. And we've talked about it. We have a networking group that we're in. We talk about it all the time. People are fearful that their competitors or somebody's going to log on with negative comments. Somebody's always going to log on with negative comments. It doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah.
Social media turns everybody into a critic of a critic of stuff. I've seen so many food critics on social media. I don't even know what to do.
Yeah.
Everybody is a critic of something. And I think for us to grow, in order to grow on social media, you have to put that in a box and understand that everybody's going to criticize what you do.
100%.
So if it puts money in your pocket, and you're not hurting anybody, you're not harming anybody, and you're doing your best to benefit the world, difference doesn't make. Get out there and create, make the thing happen.
100%. And that's kind of the final line here, folks. It's like, your problem isn't your camera. It's that you haven't hit record yet.
Yeah. Get out there and do it. That's it.
That's it. It's cut and dry. Not flashy today, but it's just real talk, right? Like, get out there, do the thing. And real quick, we'll talk about, like, I think we talked about it before. Gary Vaynerchuk talks about it a lot, right? Gary V. About actually just feeling sorry for the haters and the trolls out there, because they woke up that day in bad mood, wrong side of the bed. They don't like their lives. They have insecurities themselves. And that is their problem. It's not yours. Like, think about the type of person it takes to get out there and watch something fully that apparently they don't like, but then to watch it, you don't like it, and then comment on it and be mean about it somehow.
Yeah.
Think about what kind of person that takes. And then I feel sorry for him.
A miserable person.
Yeah.
The goal is you get out there. The idea is you want to get out there, fail hard, fail fast, and get the lesson.
Yeah.
Because when you start getting out there and making the mistakes, that's when you start learning what not to do. And that's how you get better. And that's how you level up. The people 100%. That are scared to take that first fail, to take that first loss, to screw up that first time are the ones that never get off the finish line. They stay in there trying to plan and optimize for things they've never experienced themselves. And the miserable people, they live online. That's all they do is they sit online to try to make other people's lives, that other people's days that much worse. It ain't worth engaging with them.
No.
And don't even plan around them.
I just think to myself, boy, you must be fun at parties. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, what are they going to say about me? Why do you care about what strangers? More times than not, like more times than not, the trolls I've even gotten on my live streams where I'm talking about comic books are just kids.
Yeah.
Like,
well, kids are mean. We know that.
Yeah. I had a kid come in.
Mean.
Little girl's like, if you were my teacher, I would kick you. Just apropos of nothing. I just like, and if I got my feelings hurt behind that, I would never live stream again, guys. I mean, it is about going out there and just putting yourself out there. Even if you're a business owner, you put yourself out there every single day. Every time you turn on the lights to your business, you're putting yourself out there. So what is extending yourself a little bit more on social media going to hurt?
Yeah.
What's it going to hurt? So,
nothing.
All right.
That's all I got today.
Yep. Join the Foundry, guys. This is where you can get this kind of knowledge and these kind of coaching and these kind of pep talks and real talk about real business ownership, not hype, not theories that we haven't tested or things we've never done ourselves.
No
this
guru
is real
speak.
Information. Yeah. No guru gibberish.
Yeah.
Real business from real business owners. And that's what we're trying to build as a community of actual business owners or people that are really want to be business owners. And so the Foundry link is there. Go ahead and sign up. I do believe that that's what we have in the QR code at the top, if I'm not mistaken.
100%. And then I would just say we have people that are locally signing up that are asking us, and we're sending them links directly and stuff. So you're gonna immediately, by joining that here in the next week or so, you're gonna have people in there already going and have a community ready for you as you get in there. So there's no better time than to join it now. I've said it before, I'll say it again. When we are smaller like this, you're gonna get a bunch. You're gonna get so much value on this front end that hopefully you graduate to being a offsite clients of Brian and I's, right?
Yep.
That's the idea here. We want people to come in, learn the best, do what they can do, and anything they can't do, we step in and we make sure that we do it for you. So with that said, I appreciate everybody's time today. That's all I got, Brian.
That's all I got. Join the Foundry. If you're seeing this, wherever you're seeing this, and you're not following or subscribing, do that thing. Subscribe or follow so you can see more of this. We're here every Wednesday talking real business for real business owners. Thanks for tuning in. This is the Foundry where real businesses get built. Talk to y'all later. Catch you next week.
See ya. Peace.